This instructional video is for the 2026 Panigale V4. So I tried looking on YouTube and found one for the previous model, and halfway through diving into this job I realized the instructions are not the same. So we are going to figure this out together and go from there. So I found a website, Ducati of Omaha. I'm not really sure if that is actually in Omaha, but it had the rear seat that I needed so that my girl can jump on the back. Essentially, you click on any one of these items. It's 3 boxes, 1, 2, 3. You click on one, and on the website it'll show you, hey, you might need these other 2, and that'll get you all the parts you need. This came as a 3-piece. You have to slide it into that hook, and there's another one on the inside that you line up, and when you slide that in properly, it lines up these 2 holes on both sides. The kit comes with a bunch of little screws. The 4 screws, the 4 smallest screws, are the ones that go on these fairings. It's the only one that has 4 matching screws, because then if you look here on the left, I have 2 matching screws. Then you got 2 more. These 2 match. Then I have 2 of these guys and those 2. Okay, so without instructions, this was a little tricky, but you're gonna need to remove the seat screw. It's just the 1 screw. And then it lifts up from here and then pulls away. It's gonna expose, let's see if you can see it. It's gonna expose the screws down there. See that empty spot right there? Yep, that spot. And same thing on this side. Yep, that spot. It's just 2 screws. You unscrew that, and then this whole thing unbolts. So after you unscrew the one side, this literally pops out. It's like a little nipple. So same thing on this side. So you'll unscrew this side, and it pops out of that nipple. This is sitting on top back here. You just, after you pop the 2 winglets out, it slides right out. And you can see the little bill right there where it catches, and the little hole there where it inserts. This guy back here does not have to come off in order to access those screws. Okay, so this was the little nipple I was telling you guys about. That's it right there. It just goes in this little hole here. It came with this little rubber guy. You're gonna slide that on over there, because when you go to slide this guy on, you can see there's a top slit and a bottom slit. The rubber guy is so that the thing can go inside the top slit. So everything just kind of slides on like this. You have to keep in mind you got pieces down here that have to, you have to guide in like that. There's a guy here. I have to guide it in to there, while lining up this guy. Something to, let me see. Wish I had a partner. There it goes. So while I'm using my stomach to line this up, I'm using my hand over here to get this in, and my hand over here to get this guy in. There we go. So once everything lines up, slowly snug things where they're supposed to go, real gentle. These are brand new, you don't want to scratch or break them. And that lines up real nice here, allowing us to line these up exactly where they're supposed to go. So see, you got a little bit of wiggle room. Make sure you hand tighten everything, and as you're going, hand tighten to start the threads, and then tighten down with your tools. And another little tip, if you got a bunch of screws that you have to line up, line them all up before you tighten one of them down. You don't want to have alignment issues. So earlier when I took off the other fairing, these screws came off, and they had these little plastic washers. So based on process of elimination, I'm 100% certain that this is the screw I'm going to use and not this one. So if you notice, this one at the very top does not have a rim. It's pretty much smooth and round. The other one does have a rim at the very top. And coincidentally, they also came with these two little round plastic washers. So if it's safe to say that these ones go in there, then the only two screws that I have left that are small, these other ones that don't have the rim on top, clearly go here. So just gonna get them hand started. And go from there. The next part is this guy. It came with the big screws there. So it's gonna clearly go here. I already took off one of the little caps. Just use a little pocket screwdriver or some sort to pop that off, and it goes down in there. All right, cool, that's now installed. So if you guys remember, I hand threaded these ones earlier. I left them like that on purpose because when I needed to align this guy. This bracket up here needed a little bit of free play. That way I was able to actually align these holes. I hand tightened those first. So yep, hand tightened this guy and aligned that guy. Then I aligned these guys and hand tightened it. I just got done tightening it with this guy. Now I went down and tightened these guys. These guys are gonna be the last ones you're gonna wanna tighten. Nothing crazy, just something about 20 to 30 Newton meters. If you don't have a torque wrench, I suggest you get one. You can get a good one for Harbor Freight. Now the next thing I'm going to put back on is my seat. Remember, you have to line these guys up. And once you line them up properly, the seat just falls into place. Now to install the final piece, so you're going to want to tuck this guy down in there, get it out the way, and let's go get the seat. It's a little baby seat, but same concept. You got to line this guy up with the rear, and this guy will naturally fall into place. All right, and last but not least are the foot pegs. They're pretty self-explanatory. You just gotta take these little plastic thingies off on both sides. There they are. And you get 4 screws, 2 for each side. Just make sure you get them the right direction. You want to make sure that the texture part of your peg is facing up. So just make sure, like I was talking about earlier, when this thing is in its resting position, the peg has to be facing backwards. All right, and there it is, all fully installed in its glory. Looking sick. Remember I was telling you about the pegs? They need to flow away, and then they just switch down. Boom, boom. Awesome.